Good morning and welcome to the Writer's Mind. I'm your host, C.P. Balloas, and today I thought we'd talk about research. It's something every author has to deal with. I mean, even when we just create our own worlds, we control the magic, we control the sound, we can make up what we want to make up. We still do research because we need to know certain things. We want to make it realistic. It depends, especially if some fictions, especially like mysteries, which relies on details, or historical fiction, especially, we need to do our research. We need to know what we're talking about. We need to know what artifacts are, which are available to share, the science of the time, technology, what people wore. It's a period piece. So some genres need a lot more than others. But that also brings up the question, do we do our research beforehand, like do it all, research everything we possibly can, or do it as we go? And it can be tricky, because I know this is strictly for myself. I research as I go. Like, I kind of know what I want to do. Like, I'll maybe look up a few things, just get an idea for what I want to say, for what I want to do, what I want to cover. Like, I'll watch some videos or read some some books on it. Some deal, like, Wikipedia is a great resource for that. The things about, okay, well, what's this item? What's that item? What did people wear? I'll research that, and I'll start writing. But as I come across things, I like to research them and figure out what it is. Like, I wrote my Titanic, historical mystery or historical thriller a few years back, and I did that in that one. I have friends in Titanic community, and when I was writing Toll the Bell, I literally write maybe half a page, come across them, start Googling. It's like I read that one like maybe a quarter page, start Googling, a couple pages, start Googling. So it was a process. But for me, it works because it keeps the flow going. And for myself, again, it's just purely me. If I start researching first, I will go down that rabbit hole. I will read everything I possibly can on it. I will watch everything I possibly can on it. I will just lose myself in it. And then I'll be so bogged down with the information, when it comes time to write the story, I won't have the story. Does that make any sense? The information supersedes the story, so to speak. He overwrites it. Where I might have had this story here, and then I'm writing, I'm like, am I getting this right? Would this be, I start kind of questioning it. I kind of get whelmed in a way with the, am I doing this right? Am I putting enough facts? Am I putting too many facts in? And I like to just a free flow where you go in and we discover the world as our characters discover the world. Like, as they see something, as they experience something, then we see it and we experience it. Because some of the things that drive people crazy, man, I know it drives me because I see it on TV or I read it, is huge exposition. I mean, there are books where they'll take an entire prologue to set the world up, and it's like reading a set of instructions. It just is. It's not like they're not purposely setting out to do it. It's just they want to set the world up, excuse me, and show us what they have planned. I've done that. We've all done it at some point, because we're either told to, or it feels logical, or it's a book we read that did that we like. It's just different things like that. And that's why I learned, for me, if I do too much research early on, I don't focus as much on the story. Like I said, it supersedes or overwrites it. The research seems to become the priority. And becoming expert in that topic, is more important than telling the story. And all of a sudden the story's like, what was I writing? Am I writing this? I kind of lose the feel for it. Excuse me. I lose the desire for it. But again, it's my own personal experience. Now, there are others that they love the research. I love research, but it's like they can dive into it. They can write like 10,000 thesis papers on it, put them all together, and come up with a great story. Like I said, we each all have our different strengths and weaknesses, our different ways. But so we don't all fit in the same box. That's what's cool about being a writer. So much possibilities. But, what do you prefer? Do you prefer researching as you go, or do you prefer researching initially? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And always, thank you for your time. Thank you for joining me. And I'll see you next time. Have a great one.